Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video. Alright, so I'm in places I ain't never been before. Still got stuff on my head from the towel I was talking about in the last video. Just somewhere new, man. Never been here before, never seen nothing like this in person. The type of buildings these are. I don't think I've seen buildings like this quite before, honestly. Just a little different than what I'm used to. Growing up on my side of town, it looked more like something you see in Virginia or somewhere in Florida, something TV, Louisiana or something. I don't usually see property look like this very often in my life. It's good to be somewhere else, man. I'm walking to the grocery store right now. It's about 18 minutes away, a little under a mile walk. It's the type of grocery store they got around here. I figured it's time to budget. All that delivery stuff, spending $12 again, bringing to me. I don't need nobody bringing nothing to me, man. I'm not, unless it's water, apples and stuff like that is what I'm purchasing. So being that I get it off EBT, I don't want to spend a single dime of my money that I need to budget. I didn't save enough of my socks. That's the problem. I didn't realize that I only had like 3 pairs of socks that I really brought with me. And it's because the socks that I had started getting holes in them, and I just started throwing them away one by one, not realizing that it was dwindling down to pretty much nothing. So that's something I'm gonna have to get myself some black socks. I don't like white socks. I really don't. So I'll probably get some black socks at some point in time. If they sell them here, I'll grab them here. But well, little stuff like that you take for granted because you have the budget to do it. When you're in this situation, you don't. So you got to live without, certain things that I don't want to live without. But I found a way to do my weights, my little workout. I used a suitcase. I did, 6 or 7 squats of 20, sets of 20 rather, of squats. It did the job, It's not quite 30-pound weights, but it's cool, I can get it done, and then you get a deeper squat doing it that way. And so, I did like one set of 35 on the chest press, but it wasn't heavy enough for the chest. So I just got to live without that and just add to my push-up regimen. But as far as doing the other stuff that I like to do, it's a little different because, the floor is much harder. So like trying to do crunches, you're going to need a mat on this type of place. So I can do certain types of stuff, but maybe not everything. But at least I know I could have some resistance to my legs so I don't lose all of the strength that I've built over the last year or so. Excuse me. So, and plus I'm gonna be walking more over here, so that's more exercise on the cardio side of the game. And then I gotta weigh it against the food situation, which is gonna be a little different over here because I didn't bring any big bowls. So my thing is I like to put a full apple and a full banana in my oatmeal, even though lately I ain't been able to eat all that. So I didn't bring any bowls, but instead I brought like a little Tupperware thing, but that ain't gonna fit all that in there. It'll be enough for my portions, but not to put a whole apple. But the good thing is, now I got a fridge, so that I can put other things in mine with the fridge. So it's a lot of things that are different, man. A lot of things that are different. And I'm looking forward to being able to just have a different type of lifestyle on this side of town, rather than what it is that I've been used to. And so, yeah, man, it feels good to have a TV to turn on, a refrigerator to turn on, that is on. My water is cold. I ain't had cold water coming out of a crib that I had in over 6 months. It's always either room temperature or something of that nature. I believe this is Kittredge. So yeah, they told us to turn left on Kittredge. There should be a Jack in the Box up here somewhere. And behind that Jack in the Box should be the grocery store. So I'm on the right track. But yeah, man, the uploads take forever on this side of town. I don't know what that is. I don't know if YouTube is tripping, because when I was downloading updates to apps, they came in just at normal speed. But when it came to YouTube videos uploaded, man, it's taking like 2 and 3 hours to upload a 25-minute video. So that's really been a little bit of a challenge. And I just want to let everybody know, Apple Music's app doesn't work whether you got Wi-Fi or not. I tried using it last night and they wouldn't let me do nothing. It was even worse, actually. So Apple Music, as I thought, is deliberately trying to make it so that Android users don't have a good experience. And I stand by that. I don't see any other reason why they have it set up the way that they do. And so, yeah, I always keep my eyes open because I know where I'm at. North Hollywood, they be having hoods over here and stuff like that. You don't know who's gonna come creeping out of one of these buildings or whatever. You just don't know, because I'm out of bounds. And so that's one of those type of things where it's like, man, I'm way away from what I'm used to. But it feels good to me. If I were somewhere else on another side of the country, I'd still be doing the same thing, using my GPS to take me and trek me to where I need to get my groceries, bro. Because I don't care where I'm at in the world, this needs to be done this way. Because I ain't having nobody deliver nothing to me anymore. Unless it's water, like I said, unless it's something I can't carry myself. And as of right now, I think I got enough water to hold me down. Plus they have, they have water machines and soda machines, stuff like that I could grab if for some reason I want to go that route too. Man, they gotta clean it. You can't leave it like this, bro. Y'all can't have y'all areas looking like this, bro. Who's the city council people around this thing, man? What the hell are we talking about? Look at this. Do something. What's up with y'all, North Hollywood? What the hell is this? So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. But anyway, it's a nice trip. But it feels good, I also realized I only have like 3 pairs of shoes, and 2 of them I refuse to walk in. So this is all I got right now. Not walking in my J's. I got 2 pair of J's and I'm not walking in. Those are driving shoes. So when I get my lift situation going, I'll be wearing those to drive. But I will not be, actually these are probably more comfortable driving shoes. So them J's are more so like art pieces at this point. I don't see myself really wearing them. But they're so expensive and I love them so much. I have no intention of letting them go. Stretch of the imagination. But yeah, that's where my head is, man. I just wanted people to get a little taste of where my mind is in regards to walking around a new place. In North Hollywood, they ain't even got pavement on this side of the street. I'm walking on sand, I kid you not. This is a different place. I don't know this place like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I don't know if that Jack in the Box is that way or further down, but it looks like this is a main street. I'm definitely not eating Jack in the Box, but I am going to the grocery store next to it, so I think it's the right way. It looked like it is. At any rate, man, this is a different, when I say different, bro, I feel like I'm walking on the beach. Like literally. And when it rains, whew, I know this is hell to walk on and drive over and all that. So it's a different world for me. I don't know no North Hollywood. I ain't from over here, buddy. I just went to school over here for 5 minutes, 1 semester with my boy Q at North Hollywood High. And of course he lived out here a lot. So before and after that, I would frequent here to go visit him and his mom. And so that's my relationship with this area. But as far as these streets, I ain't never checked it. Check this out. I like to show y'all old cars and stuff that I be seeing. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got. But yeah, man, I mean, budgeting what to eat is gonna be the tricky thing. I gotta find something other than rice and oatmeal to eat, okay? That's what it really comes down to. And I'm finding that if I just eat rice and corn, it doesn't digest properly, to be completely honest with you. And green beans, that stuff just, it's almost like if you don't have something else with it, it's not supposed to be eaten like that. And that's what, I've come to understand. Like, when you grow up, you don't really understand portions and food, the importance of why food is structured a certain way on a plate. You got your veggies, you got your rice, and then you got your main meal, your main course, the meat or whatever's there. Maybe you got something that supplements that, and it's not meat, but something that would be heavy enough to sit on the stomach. If you don't have that third thing, that rice and that corn and all of that stuff is going to run through you, and it's going to cause you a lot of air pockets, if you know what I mean. This is what it is. The meat settles it. And so that's what I've found. I ain't had no trouble when I eat out as far as digesting the food. I haven't had any trouble. With ordering meals and stuff from other people. I ain't had no trouble. But when I eat my own way, portioning out a bunch of rice and a bunch of corn, yeah, it's problems. And so I'm just understanding the importance of how food is structured. You got to stir certain things up. You got to put yourself in a position to not necessarily just be eating stuff that ain't going to necessarily come together to make the full course of the meal. It's not just we like these sides and we like this here and that's right. There's a science to it, and it's about digesting it properly. And so I started having digestive issues when I stopped eating normally. When I started doing things my way, yeah, it let my body lose the weight I'm looking for. Yeah, it let me put on the muscle definition I was hoping for. But it also caused me so many problems with digesting the food. And so that's what I've learned, is that I got to learn about the importance of various different things that you do that can cause you trouble. And I've been bumping my head because I've been in isolation learning all this stuff by myself. Might as well be a caveman with a stick in my hand trying to make a fire, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know nothing about nothing. And when I thought I knew, though, I came in with confidence and then I bumped my head. For example, the skin allergy thing. You know how long I was sitting there suffering them skin allergy reactions before I realized that I needed to do things differently? It was ridiculous. You know what I mean? And stuff on my head, you know, discolorations and all kinds of stuff. And it just came from understanding that my body don't like everything, man. My body don't really get down with any certain types of acids, I think is what it is. Certain types of acids. As soon as it touches my skin, it's a problem. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. I was lucky enough to where I had just purchased some new detergent for myself that you know, is full. So now I got my detergent. I don't have to go trekking around trying to budget that or look for that. If I do my laundry, I got enough dishwashing detergent left over to where I can do my dishes here. You know, that kind of thing. So it's like, you bump your head, man. When you don't have others there who are knowledgeable, you're going to bump your head. If you don't have the mindset to say, let me check out something, let me make sure what I'm doing makes sense, let me make sure that there's a reason for why things are structured a certain way, you're going to bump your head. And so that's really what it comes down to. I done bumped my head too many times in this life by myself, learning hard lessons the very hard way. You know, in terms of digesting food, skin allergy crap, all kinds of different stuff. You just learn, man. You learn and what works for you, what works for others, and why certain things are structured a certain way by way of the mistakes you make. So here goes an example. I don't know if you can see that, but there's maybe a discoloration on my wrist for something that I might have brushed up against that had that type of stuff to it. Yeah, I might have came down not far enough. I don't think I came down far enough on Kittredge. I don't think so. I'm going to find out exactly where I am. I know I'm on Victory and Tahunga. I'm familiar with the names of these streets, but how far away I am from the grocery store I'm trying to be, I think it's ahead of me that away, but probably back that away. A couple of blocks that we just passed. So that's what I think it is. I probably just turned too fast on that Kittredge street, but no big deal. I know there's a Rite Aid here now. It's walking distance, a Rite Aid. So if I need sensitive stuff or whatever, if they don't have it at the grocery store, I can find it there. And they got a laundromat in front of me, even though I've seen like 3 laundromats since. So that's a good thing. If for some reason the laundry room isn't open, there are plenty of laundry rooms around here. You ain't gonna be without that. So yeah, man, it's a good morning. You know, my thinking was I need to start walking early in the morning here because it get hot. And so if you want to get things done, you might as well get out as soon as the sun rises if you want to walk. Do all the stuff, and then hopefully you can get back before it's hot as hell, you know, for all that walking. So that's my goal, is to do my thing. Look how long this street is. As far as I can see. And y'all wonder why I want to do a lift over here? Man, it ain't nothing but stuff around here. Yeah, that dude is nefarious. There's a dude over there. As soon as he seen my camera walking toward him, he just looked around and then walked away. I'll tell y'all right now, sometimes people get nervous. They know they ain't up to no good, and they see people walking down the street with cameras. It's like, man, I ain't looking at you. I'm pointing at myself, bro. Ain't nobody looking for you. I don't care about what you're doing. Just stay out of my way with it. But that's my attitude at all times, man. I promise you. As scary as I often act in certain things, when it comes to shit like this, excuse my language, I'm not. I've never been. I just don't harbor those type of fears. My psychology is different in that way. But nevertheless, it is what it is, man. Mind my business and keep it pushing. I don't really get involved in nobody's nonsense. I'm just trying to mind my business as it pertains to what I have to do, because at the end of the day, I know what comes with doing things that you ain't got no business doing. You get bumped. When people around you get bumped by it too. And as far as I can tell, I don't get bumped by anybody's choices but my own. I'm getting plenty kicked around by my own choices. I don't need nobody help with that. So yeah, that's what I'm at with it, man. Long ass street. This street is long as hell, bro. This is not a joke. Street is ridiculous enough. But that's North Hollywood for you. It's funny because a lot of people think North Hollywood, oh, it's probably close to Hollywood. It is not. It's not. It's about a 30-minute drive from Hollywood, 25-minute drive up the freeway from Hollywood. Very, very different cities, very, very different weather. Believe it or not. It's much cooler where I grew up. So yeah, that is a very, very big difference between Hollywood and North Hollywood. But let's look. Dude, that's dope. kind of a fan of graffiti art. Not the more I do art, I'm a fan of a lot of art, different types of art. I didn't. It's funny because my mother was artistic too. She had like a gift for decorating homes, a gift for decorating, clothing, wardrobe, stuff like that. She knew how to make things come from scratch. She could fold a shirt and turn it into a dress type of thing. So my mom, even though that was the case, when it came to like going to museums and stuff like that, she was not the biggest fan of that. We went to the museums a couple times, but she kind of had a, she would kind of have an attitude about things like, oh, that's kind of artsy, that's artsy. And so I kind of rolled with that too. It's like, that's a little artsy. That's not really it's kind of. And now I'm growing up and I'm realizing, I'm artsy as hell. Like, I'm about as artsy as they come now. I want to see all the art. Now that I got access to DeviantArt, the app there, and Pixiv and all these things, I'm checking out other people's art and I realize, I'm good. I enjoy this. This is something that I appreciate quite a bit. So, you learn about yourself as you grow up. And even though I'm older than what one should be, when you think about what people are learning about themselves, I had such a setback in my 30s with all that I was going through mentally that I don't really think I established certain things that otherwise people should establish at 38 about what they like, about their style and stuff like that. I never gave myself a chance in that way. So that's what this next era is about, I think, is just developing my style, developing what it is that I like versus what it is that we liked when I was a kid or whatever, and how I view certain things. So yeah, man, I'm kind of upset. One of the videos I uploaded, I was showing y'all some little thing that I had in my mind about men not crossing their legs. And I was showing y'all that this is the only time y'all would ever see me cross my legs because of that mentality. And even though I know that straight men cross their legs and stuff like that, it ain't a big deal. The point is that it's almost like indoctrinating in my mind certain things that men do and men don't do. For example, my grandfather put it in my head back when I was like 5 years old that men don't wear earrings. So as you can see, no earrings. It ain't never gonna happen. And it's not because I don't think I would look good in an earring or something like that. It's because he put it in my head that that's a sign that you are not straight. And so it's like, these things, we gotta work through these things, you know what I mean? And some people obviously have. A lot of y'all don't have a problem at all. But in my mind, it was always like that. Like, women wear earrings, not men. Women cross their legs, not men. Stuff like that. So we gotta just work through all of that stuff and start to understand who we are versus what it is that has been taught to us. Some stuff keeps things in order. It keeps you, keeps things in a way that people can identify one another. But at the end of the day, people don't define themselves by how they stand or whether they got an earring in their ear or something like that. They don't tell you who's who. It really don't. If people want to use these mannerisms to help define them, that's a choice, but it doesn't always pinpoint exactly who you're looking at. You don't know. People see me walking down the street, they think I'm a Crip. I ain't never gangbanged a day in my life. Most of my family, none of us do that. And so it's like, if you look at appearance and you look at indoctrines and stuff like that, stuff that we agree upon that just is fact, you're going to misdiagnose. I don't think that's the right word, but you're going to mistake people for something they're not. So I can honestly say this is the first day in many months that I ain't had no weed in over 24 hours. None. I ain't smoked since, the night before last? The night before last, before I left the Lawrence. And I tell y'all just like I told a friend of mine back in the day. So being sober is a strand. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about different weed strands that feel a certain way, or you smoke this way, you're gonna feel like that. You smoke this way, you feel like that. Not smoking has a feeling to it. And that's not my favorite one. That's the God's honest truth. It's not my favorite one. And that's why I smoke. Because I feel like if I don't smoke, I've smoked something I don't like. It's the weirdest feeling in the world, but it's the truth, man. It's the God's honest truth. But at the same time, I think that it's easier for me to articulate myself when I don't smoke. It's easier for me to remember things, especially short-term things when I do not smoke weed. And I get more vivid dreams when I don't smoke weed, even though I don't remember having a dream last night at all. But that's usually how that goes. I've told y'all that a couple times. But yeah, man, it feels good to be walking out here. It feels good that it's not hot yet, and it will be very soon, I'm sure. But the walk back, it might be hot, but I just want to grab some groceries, man. Some apples, maybe some bananas. and something that can be refrigerated, that can be easily warmed up in their microwave or whatever they have over there. I don't think they have an oven, but I don't like really microwave food. So I gotta find something that I can maybe pour water in, since I got my water boiler. I don't want to do the noodles thing. That's not healthy for me, even though I grew up on noodles and liked them. It's not something you nourish yourself with. But I don't want to spend $15 a day on food to go with my rice. So, and I don't think I have anything to cook meat with. Maybe I, try to invest in a little grill, some type of George Foreman type grill or something like that would help me be able to cook meats and stuff. But these are the type of things we're thinking about right now, man. Just, it's a new day. It's a really new day. I wonder what this is. Facility of some sort? Is it an apartment or what? I don't know. Where am I at? No idea where I am as it pertains to it's North Hollywood, but like, who knows what this is? We Web Health, maybe some type of clinic or something. We Well Be Health. Nice facility for the show. And 18, make sure they tag that mug too. So yeah, man, like I said, North Hollywood ain't sweet. Don't tell yourself that Hollywood is not a place where you can get things happening the wrong way for yourself. Don't tell yourself that. When you come to LA, you stay on your toes, everybody. I don't care where you are in Los Angeles. I do not care. Because just like I'm over here, people over here can get over there, and vice versa. It's nothing for West Coast people to trek around. Nothing. A U-Haul spot. I don't anticipate I'm gonna need a U-Haul for anything I got anymore. Not unless I start bringing stuff along that I cannot carry with me, but that ain't never gonna happen. If anything, I'm just gonna put myself in a position to try to travel light, and if anything, I want to throw away more stuff. More stuff might be needed to be thrown away, but I think the problem for me, honestly, is in my shoes, y'all. I have big feet. Your boy would try to transport my shoes. It's an event. I need a whole bag for shoes, so it's like that's a disadvantage of this situation. And you do not want to have big feet when you're on the road. Okay, so here is the car wash and the Jack in the Box. Oh no, that's a Pollo Loco. Okay, where the hell is the Jack in the Box? See, I'm coming out here going by memory in regards to what that thing was telling me. There's a grocery store around this thing somewhere. Lancashire and Colfax, Pollo Loco. I will be probably coming down here once or twice. Just gotta order the right thing, because sometimes I'll be having issues with Pollo Loco food. But yeah, man, just enjoying myself in a new place, doing new things, trying to get what I need and hopefully do it without any deliveries necessary. And so that's really what it's about. And hopefully, with that being the case, I can find what I need and then be able to start the process of a new routine on this side of town. Because that's all it's about. It's a new routine. There goes a Carl's Jr. down there, and the Jack in the Box is down there. So I now know where I'm at. I can see the Jack from here. There's a DaVita Kidney Care over here. Man, that gas. No, sir, that gas ain't cheap. You got your McDonald's. Can't see that. Hold on. McDonald's over there. So, just finding something new, man. Finding something new with this place like that. But I know I'm trekking through like it's mine. Because that's how I confidently walk everywhere I go. This is what it is. But yeah, man. I'm one of those people that really feel like he's good everywhere. I could be crazy. I could be crazy in that regard, but I honestly think I could walk right through your hood, fam. I really do. I'm just weird like that. I used to do that in Oakland too. I just walk right through. People be looking at me, I look at them. And they can tell I'm square. I don't carry myself like a G. I don't. But at the same time, the spirit of the confidence that's in me to know that I walk with God everywhere I go, he's proven. And I don't deserve nothing that he don't give me. And if I die, I get to see my mom. So there ain't no reason for me to harbor any fear around you. Plus, I'm not trying to take nothing from you. And what I know about street people, honestly, is they smart. They're not stupid. A lot of times, the media wants you to think these people are stupid, but they read rooms well because they have to. If they don't, it could be the difference between being around and not. So they can tell you before you can tell them a lot of times if you square. That's what I know. Don't think they don't know. If you're a mark or if you're a threat or something like that, don't think they don't know. They know. If they have any chance of surviving out here, they better know. So these are things I just picked up along the way from the outskirts of these circumstances while being kind of raised around people who knew when I didn't necessarily have that in my life. My mom knew about the streets, you know, a lot of my friends and family, some of my homies out there, so it's like I've been schooled by people who knew how to survive. And I also have some instincts of my own that I've picked up along the way as well. So I just walk, man. I walk. Confidence, keep my head high like the Lord told me to. Don't worry about what could go wrong. You just know what you gotta do and you get where you gotta go. That's it. And don't do anything stupid. People who get in trouble are people who want to challenge circumstances, walk around with bad energy, want to challenge. Nah, you ain't gotta challenge nothing. Your ego don't have to get in the way. If this stay hood, that's stay hood. Nod your head, keep walking. I saw some dudes over in Lenox a couple days ago. They saw me in the same shirt. I was walking right with this phone in my hand. Them was some G's. You could tell they had lost people on these streets. You could tell these streets meant something to them. It wasn't just a hood. Nah, you could see the pain in their heart. And I nodded my head because I felt it. And they nodded their head and they kept going. I don't know if they mess with Crips. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they mess with people who would wear blue. I don't know if they looked at me any kind of way. But what I know is they should be able to tell the difference between somebody who's about something and somebody who's just trying to get somewhere they're going. And they should also see this camera in my hand. It wouldn't be smart to try with somebody who's holding the camera. So it's just a lot of things. It's like, at the end of the day, that's also one of the reasons why I walk down the street holding my camera. That's exactly why. Because I know if somebody tries something, they're going to be seen. Now, whether or not I get a chance to upload the video or not, whole another story. But that's not the point. They don't know if it's live or not. So these are the type of things that I just know, instinctually, survival tactics. And it may not work. But the point is, it's what my instincts always tell me to do. You keep that camera up. You know what I mean? Point it at you, though. Point it at you. You ain't got to point at nobody else, and it's easy to just do that. Very easy. So that's where I'm at with it, man. North Hollywood is a place. Ain't been a long time, man. But at the same time, I've been here many times. Okay, now I know where the post office is. Problem is, to get a P.O. box, it's gonna be like $100 a month, and I'm not investing in that. So I put a hold on my mail. That's what I did, a 30-day hold starting today. So that means my GR paperwork, I ain't gonna be able to get to it. It just is what it is. I ain't got nowhere to send it, and I'm not investing in $100 just to get a P.O. box when that's the only important thing I'm looking for. It's the only important thing. Everything else I get is spam mail and nothing. I am not getting a P.O. box. So that's a real thing for me. It ain't no way in hell. Now the grocery store, from what I understand, is here. This is the Jack right in front of me. Carl's grocery store somewhere. I hope that ain't the damn grocery store, but it's somewhere around here. So it's a little market. They sell fruit and stuff like that. It shouldn't be nothing too serious. You know, nothing. One of the major stores, nothing like that. Just some mom and pops. Something I can get some gala apples and some bananas. And maybe something else that'll go along with this rice. That's it, man. Nothing that I gotta carry too much. Nothing I gotta think about too much. I actually like Carl's Jr. for the places that are fast food that I never want to eat again. That's one of the ones that I really enjoyed over the years. They had a lot of good stuff there that I could get with. A lot. One being the charboiled chicken sandwich. My mom and I used to love that thing, especially when they used to put bean sprouts on it. They stopped that back in the 90s, but it was bomb back in the day. Wheat bread, bean sprouts, mayonnaise, grilled chicken. It had a little sweetness to it. It was absolutely delicious. They stopped cooking it like that though. I see if that 2 for $5 right now. And I'm probably gonna do that every day until I'm out of this neighborhood. And you know what ended up happening? My stomach go to crap. The food digests fine, but it sits on your belly. And then I gotta work it off and I'm sweating all hard and all that stupid stuff that comes from me eating like that. That's exactly what I wanna eat. My stomach's telling me to go get that right now. I ain't getting that stuff. I'm gonna keep going to go, oh, that looked like a car accident about to happen. Luckily it didn't. But there's some stuff you just don't eat, man. You don't allow yourself to digest stuff just because it tastes good. Because sometimes that taste good is gonna put you in a position to have to eat it again. You're gonna want it again, you're gonna want it again, you're gonna want it again, want it again, and when you do, it ain't gonna be no good for you. I don't see no damn grocery store around here, man. It better be coming up. But anyway, yeah, man. If I walk down this block a couple more steps and don't see it, I will turn back on the GPS and see if that building there, that looked like a car wash though. No, that ain't what it was. See where that grocery store is, man. So it ain't nothing big around here other than myself just trekking around the neighborhood, hoping I can find what I'm looking for, and then hopefully they will have my favorite stuff. So I know I can go there every time. And this time not take the long way to do so. Looks like they're backing up here. Excuse me. Thank you. No worries. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know if I was speaking too loud there or not, but it just felt like he was standing there on purpose knowing I was coming. I don't play like that. I really don't. See, there's different personality traits that y'all don't know I have. I can be a bit aggressive at times when I'm by myself, especially when I'm walking down the street. This is what it is. But, you know, looking for that grocery store, still don't see that thing, huh? I know they open at 8, so I'm right on time to see them open. But, yeah, man, I don't see it. Hey, so there's a grocery store around here, man. Where? Vaughn. A lot of things about Vaughn, but the one story I remember about Vaughn is that he was one of the most unselfish people in his neighborhood. He killed billion people according to the stories. He killed everybody. But he also made sure the kids were straight. He also made sure that people had wealth as soon as he had it. As soon as he got rich, he was giving away $1 million to his hood. That story needs to be told more, man. They be trying to tell the story about Vaughn like he was just a monster. He was a monster for sure. Protecting his people and whatever in the war they were in against people who were trying to kill them too. Who's better, who's worse, who's hurt? I don't know. But when a person shows unselfishness that I don't have in me, and I know I ain't strong enough to be that unselfish yet, you gotta honor that trait in them. And I hope the Lord weighs that against what he did wrong, so that the good that he did can fall onto his children if he has to burn for the wrong. That's what I say for Vaughn. That's the prayer I got for Vaughn, man. I'm a big fan of his artistry. That dude could rap his head off. And he was never lying about what he was talking about, it seemed. And if you listen to the stories, he did exactly what he told everybody he did. I made a therapy session, a playlist of all of his music. Not all of it, but like a good portion of what I really enjoyed. And listening to that boy tell stories, he's one of the best storytellers to ever do it. I kid you not. One of the best to ever do it. So despite him being really in them streets and really a shooter, there's a balance to be had for the artistry and the unselfishness of the young man, and I ain't forgot that. So yeah, man, I see it hurts. I see it hurts. Y'all know what that means. That's exactly where I need to go to get signed up for my lift situation. And I don't think Hertz is open yet, but I see that. Now, whether or not this particular Hertz does this particular thing is a whole nother story, because I honestly don't know if this Hertz offers that program. But that I see a Hertz is good enough to know that I'm thinking the right things, because I certainly wasn't looking for one, and there it is. So I'm telling y'all, man, it's divine. Everything that's going on in my life ain't nothing for me to sit up here and say, oh my God, it ain't gonna work out, I'm so scared. I ain't. What I am is anxious to find this grocery store. And what I am is gonna walk over to that Hertz and see if I can get signed up for that program right now, since I don't see a grocery store. That's real talk. But yeah, man, that's what it is. And it's open. I'm going right over there right now, and I'm gonna get signed up and see if I can start that process. I kid you not, I'm not even thinking about it, because what I need to do is stop thinking and start moving more. That's what I've been doing wrong in this life. You come up with the ideas of what you want to do, think about it, and you just take yourself out of it, and don't get nothing good from what it come from doing it. I ain't doing that shit anymore. Excuse my language. It's time to move. If they got this program, I'm signing up for it. So that's pretty much it, man. Bus coming in at an angle, looking like he's trying to hit somebody. All right. See what they're talking about. And maybe that grocery store, I can find out where the hell that's at too. So yeah, man, what is this? Lancashire and Van Owen. Man, I made a full circle. I could have just walked down Van Owen. I made a full circle for no reason. But anyway, y'all, about to go in the Hertz, see what they're talking about. Hopefully they have the program available to me, and I'll mess with it if they do. If not, then we'll just take that as a sign that this is something I should be doing and look for another Hertz at some point very, very soon. So that's what I got. BDF 44. Thank y'all for watching.